They just love being homosexuals, man. They can't go a day without saying F me in the booty hole or some wild stuff like that. Just profane as hell. Esau.
And no man shall buy you.
And buy meaning nobody can redeem you. Can Martin Luther King redeem us from slavery? You know what I'm saying? Hey, can Malcolm X redeem us from telling us to be violent and fight against the white man? What happened to him? What happened to Marcus Garvey? What happened to the Black Panther Party? It got dispersed, it got dismantled. It got torn down by the so-called government, by the so-called white people. According to that, because who runs the world right now? Do you run the world? Or who runs the world system?
Take precepts, stay diligent. The most I built this army, so now we militant. Yahweh Shai coming like a thief in the night. Gotta stay woke, gotta watch vigilant.
Let's go!
Come on, all praise to the Most High, man. Gotta prove brothers, man, through the prospecting program, man, through the spirit. Khan, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we the Israelites, man. We come here week in, week out. Hey, to wake up the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Hey, you know, Israel is like the speckle of a bird, man. You can't judge a man by his outward appearance, man. Hey, we got Israelites that's out here that's cursed to look like a damn Moabite. We got Israelites that's cursed to look like a damn Edomite. We got Israelites that's cursed to look like a damn Hamite or a damn Ishmaelite, man. Hey, but we out here, hey, we gonna try spirits by the spirit, man.
That's right!
And that's what we out here to do, to wake up the so-called black, Spanish, Native Americans and try to seal the hopeful elect and make our call and election sure. Hey, sister, you got some time to hear the words of the Lord, to hear the good news?
The only God can judge on her shirt.
You don't want him to do it, just
for
like
real, for real.
You definitely want him to judge you rightly, and not with the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Because all the Lord's judgment is right at the end of the day. But let me get the book. Give me the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 9. And can somebody give me the book of 1 Corinthians 1 and 22? Hey, brother with the brown shoes. Brother with the brown shoes and navy blue jacket. Brother with the cookies in his hand. Brother, you gotta repent, keep the commandments, brother. Walking that fast, they gonna let you walk fast with the ICBM mission that's gonna blow this world up.
That's right!
And how these sidewalks melt. Bring that out there.
Fast in that day.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 9.
Bring it out!
Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind.
Prophesy to the who?
Prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord God.
And that's what we out here to do. Prophesy to the wind. Thus saith the Most High. Not of our own words, but read.
Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
Hey, so we out here, hey, I'm out, hey, the so-called, the Israelites, who are the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who the Lord have put the spiritual discernment and the spiritual understanding, hey, to come and wake up his people, man. Hey, to call them, hey, from being slain, man, from being slain by these doctors, you know what I'm saying, that's out here of Christianity, of Islam, of Moorish science, of Nation of Islam, of Hinduism, of Buddhism. You know what I'm saying? We out here to wake up the slain in spirit, man, that they may live. Hey, the 12 tribes of Israel that's scattered abroad, man, across the four corners of the earth. We out here to wake them up. Lord willing, hey, this word carry, hey, how this wind blowing right now, that this word carry to a brother or sister, hey, that's looking for these signs, that's seeing these signs, that's seeing these wonders. Hey, give me that right quick, King.
1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 22.
Bring it out!
For the Jews require a sign.
Require what?
For the Jews require a sign. And Greeks seek after wisdom.
Hey, and these Greeks seek after wisdom, man. Hey, but the Jews require a sign, man. Hey, could you give me the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 46? You know You know what I'm saying? Hey, because hey, we out here looking at we going through this through being low in society. We the only ones that gotta make a damn marathon or whatever you call it, a rally to let people know that our lives matter. That our lives matter. Why are we are the only brothers and the sisters out here that's going to march for civil rights, equality of the so-called other nations. Hey, because that goes to show that we aren't on the same level as them. They're set above us. Look at this. That's madness. That's over top of us. Y'all see that?
Yeah, we see it.
Low level, you right.
A low level, knock-kneed, slow-foot Edomite.
A two-time loser.
A forever loser.
Two-time loser.
Hey, he's so double-tongued and double-minded that he got a double chin. And it's madness.
We call a two-time loser. He'll lose in this kingdom and he's going to be a loser.
He's gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but bring that out. Hey, because these are signs and the wonders that we go through.
Bring it out!
You know what I'm saying? Wondering why, we can't, we can have, our people got white friends, but when the police come, you gonna be the only one to get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And little Billy and them ain't gonna go home. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna text you like, dude, you alright? Dude, what happened last night? Damn, man, it's messed up.
Glad it wasn't
Cause if it was me, bro, you wouldn't have did nothing, Billy. You would have called your dad, who got the expensive lawyer, and got you up out of there. That's what you would have did. These Edomites walk around all day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, living in their kingdom, having fun, smiles all day. While our heads hanging down. Give me that right quick. Bring that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46.
Bring it out!
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
For what?
For a sign and for a wonder.
What are the curses?
For a sign and for a wonder. And upon thy seed forever.
Who?
And upon thy seed forever.
Generational curse.
And upon thy seed forever.
So, things gonna be upon our seed forever, man. These curses. So when grandma died, guess what? You're gonna be left with her debt to pay off the rest of her mortgage, and to pay up, guess what? Her funeral bill. And then guess what? Mama gonna have to pay that up, be digging herself out the hole, trying to raise, guess what? Little Peanut in them, you know what I'm saying? And Ray and Shaniqua, man. While dad out there strung off drugs, or a damn alcoholic. Or he got the game left down from his father. Now he out there being the plug. Ain't got time for his family. You know? You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him, brother.
These generational curses that we going through.
Talk to him,
you know what I'm saying? And none of these things is profitable to our people. Cause like the brother was just asking the brother earlier, what got us here? Not keeping the Lord's commandments.
Right.
Not doing that promise, not keeping that covenant that the Lord told us to keep.
That's right.
That we said that we was going to do. And Moses took up to the Lord and said that everything that you said that they was going to do, according to Exodus, the 19th chapter, verse 8. But it said that the Jews require a sign, and these Greeks, what they do? They seek after wisdom. Look at Esau, got all his philosophies and theories, and you know what I'm saying, and big bangs and theories, and the earth is 400 billion years old, and the sun is 46 billion years old. Didn't the Lord say that the sun came after the earth? Then he built the sun, then he bring the sun and the light in the sky and the moon around the fourth day. But Esau and his philosophy and his theories and how you thinking that it's alright for a young man to chop his rod off.
Hey, boy, you guys got an extra jacket in your trunk?
Do you have an extra jacket?
Yeah.
You got one?
I saw a free say.
Well, that's true. I said I can get this jacket off my back for real.
We're the homeless right
Yeah.
now.
You got one? Or what are the brothers going all praise to the Most High. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau and his philosophies and his theories Can you give me Isaiah? Give me Isaiah 10 and 1. Still hold that. Just matter of fact, bring that out right quick. Cause this is what the wisdom of the world is. Bring it out.
1 Corinthians 3 and 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
It's what?
It's foolishness with God.
Education.
It's foolishness with God.
Edification.
It's foolishness with God.
It's smart.
It's foolishness with God.
I'm a scientist with a white lab coat, so I know something.
It's foolishness with God. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
So to take the wise in their own craftiness. He's gonna take the wise in their own craftiness. He's gonna destroy them utterly out of this earth for this confusion that he's bringing in this earth. Saying it's because of my theory and my own education and my own knowledge and my own wisdom that a man could be a woman, that a woman can be a man. Got a woman with no breasts, cut her breast off. You got women cutting off their breasts. And men and young men chopping off their rod. Okay. Saying that hey, you got grown men that's 48 years old talking about so I identify as a 6-year-old girl. Got a so-called Edomite saying that guess what? And he's threatening and daring people. If you tell me that I can't go in the women's bathroom, or I'm gonna get my gun, I go to the gun range, and I'm gonna shoot you. That's what he said. But what the Lord say? Bring that out right quick.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Unto them that decree unrighteousness.
He said what to them?
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
See, look, he said, woe to them. Woe to them for what? One more time.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
And a decree is a law. A decree is what they call a petition that they push. An agenda. He said, woe unto them, death and destruction unto these people who write these wicked decrees, who sign it off on them, and prescribe grievousness. It's grievousness when your child can't safely watch the television over there. You gotta put parental locks and codes on stuff because you're afraid that RuPaul's drag queen dude going to come and try to seduce your son to being a damn homosexual. You know what I'm saying? You ain't watching, you ain't looking over what your daughter's looking over. Now your daughter got on a crop top, you know what I'm saying, on TikTok, twerking her butt. And she only 11 years old. Popping her butt on TikTok. Doing the hip dance with Lil Uzi. Talking about she just want to rock. Doing that wild dance, man. Y'all know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? You got a young boy in pre-K talking about my pronoun is they, it's them, it's she, it's he, hers. If you go to the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, verse 26 on down, you will realize that the man in the legion of demons call themselves they, them, and we. Those are demons. These are demons out here, man. And we realize that. We're living around spiritual demons every damn day. Sister with the camouflage. We're trying to give you some light, sister, so you can live. Take a flyer, sister. See? The teachers of our children are stiff-necked. And they wonder why that these wicked women bringing forth monsters. As a matter of fact, bring that out of the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. And give me that, and give me 2nd Ezra 5 and 8. Hold that. Cause we out here for our people, man. Our people don't want to wake up. Our people loving this captivity. Our people love the wisdom of this world. The Most High said, if you love the world and you was enemy then.
That's right.
Brother, do you love the world or do you love the Lord? You see that? You love the Lord, brother? Huh? You do? How you know you love the Lord, brother? How you know you love the Lord, brother?
Look at the word. Real quick, one scripture.
That's madness. Bring it out. Verse 12. Isaiah 3 and 12.
Look at Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Bring it out!
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
All the young brothers and sisters out here.
Children are their oppressors.
Young brother robbing at damn 13.
Children are their oppressors.
Young sisters getting pregnant at 11.
Children are their oppressors. And women rule over them.
Who ruled over them?
And women rule over
I
them.
thought the men ruled over the children, right?
And women rule over them. O my people, that which lead thee cause thee to err.
Hey, and look, since the fathers, and this is the agenda of Esau, to break up the household. Hey, guess what? To make the woman go to work, raise the taxes to make her work extra harder. Now, guess what? She's so focused on work, trying to get money. Guess what? Now the husband leaves. Because guess what? She's not being affectionate to the husband no more. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now the husband out here bouncing other senses to the ceiling, and now they broke up. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Now the children she pushing the children to school, the children saying mother and father. Guess what? Now she learning, guess what? Now I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't want a man no more. I'm gonna go to work like my mama. The son growing up saying, Mom works so much and get so much respect for working. Now he wanna be a woman. Now he wearing high heels. And trying to put on a business suit skirt, walking around with his hand like this, throwing this and stuff, stopping his neck. No? Hey, or on another note, hey, he doesn't know how to be affectionate with women. He don't know how to control his emotions and think rational with women. Every time a woman says to, or he can't get his point across to the woman, what are you gonna do? Get on her level and want to slap her. That's the spirit. Demons, man. Hey, a man can't even be affectionate or control his emotions or think rational when it comes to women. His relationships get messed up because he's just raised by the mom. Now he got the young brother growing up being a woman beater. And he a wife beater. Wearing a wife beater. That's where that term came from. Sitting in the couch with your hand in your pants, foot kicked up, and a damn tank top, beating your wife. You know what I'm saying? Cause you was raised by your mom, and she caused you to err. Cause she couldn't teach you how to be a man. Couldn't teach you how to think rational. Couldn't teach you that. Couldn't teach you the things that men could teach you as a man. Hey, young sister. As a matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 55. Bring that out. Because those that lead thee cause thee to err. And we about to find out what the Lord called them. Bring it out.
2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 8.
Bring it out!
There shall be a confusion also in many places.
It's a confusion in many places right now. Well, you could be walking down the street and see something that may seem like a woman from afar, or seem like a man from afar, and then get up close, and it's a damn dude in a dress with a BBL. Talk about our waist training. What the? It is confusion. Talk about some hey. That's off. Look at these demons. Look at this. Salaki, let this thing go by, man. Every time the words of the Lord go out, here come a police, here come a siren. They ain't going to the block where somebody just got shot at. They ain't going over there. They just trying to make it through this traffic. But bring it out from the top again, Baba Kashan.
2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 8.
Bring it out!
There shall be a confusion also in many places.
Confusion in many places. You got young women chopping off their breasts. You got young men chopping off their rods and wearing dresses. Bring it out.
And the fire shall be off, sent out again.
And the fire gonna be sent out again, just like in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Hey, the fire gonna be sent out again. Cause then the Most High destroy Sodom and Gomorrah with fire. They still finding sulfur from the burning to this day in that land, in that region. Breathe.
And the wild beasts shall change their places.
These wild beasts is talking about these women changing their places, thinking they can, hey, I'm the man, I'm the mother and the father. I don't need no man. Read.
And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
He said menstruous women gonna bring forth what?
Monsters.
What are the little niggas out here in the street?
Monsters.
What are the little E's in the street?
Monsters.
Monsters, man. Saying they on demon time. Little demons running around. Little demon emoji with the purple head. Running around. You know what I'm saying? They mixing their cup with demons. With some mud in it. Shout out to Dino. You know what I'm saying? They out here doing that, man. Hey, and they on demon time. Robbing. They don't give a damn if you old. They don't give a damn if you their age. If you their age, they're gonna shoot you. They don't care. They don't care to live. They don't want life. They living to die. That's what they want to do. They just want to die. You know what I'm saying? They just want to they want to be on a rest in peace shirt. It's like that's what their whole life deal for. Like their whole life is for just to be on the rest in peace shirt. For people telling you rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? To put LL hashtag LL such and such. You know what I'm saying? On a shirt. To have candlelight visuals by the post when you got shot at. You got Esau walking around here, hands in his pocket, moseying around with pizza. Yeah, I know Esau. You gonna eat this boot in a minute. You know what I'm saying? You gonna beat, not my boot, I'm talking about the Most High. Gonna crush you. He gonna reach out and crush you. Cause he can't control it, he ain't hold back his anger. What's that precept about? What's that, Jeremiah, what you sent me? He said, I reached out and I crushed you. You can find that for me, Bible, try to bring it up. Give me the book of, give me the book. You still hold Deuteronomy 28:55? Bring it out. 55, come on, bring it out, so I can.
Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 55.
Bring it out!
So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat.
Slaki, it was 56. Slaki, 56.
Verse 56. The tender and the delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil.
Hold on. It said the tender and delicate woman. Not masculine and strong woman. Want to be a bodybuilder, talk about some and slamming weights on the ground, chopping off her breast. Hey, what the Lord say? Bring that out.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, Jeremiah 15 and 6. In the GNT, you people have rejected me. You have turned your backs on me. So I reached out and crushed you because I was tired of controlling my anger.
And that's what the Lord gonna do, man. He gonna reach out and crush us. Crush the Edomites and crush those who's not keeping his commandments. But bring that out one more time for the top.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
So look, the tender and delicate woman that would not set the sole of her foot for tenderness and delicateness. Hey, she out here going to and fro. Cause I make all the, I'm the woman. I make all the money. I do what I want. She got that independent woman type spirit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, her eye gonna be evil towards her husband. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be calling her husband out his name, disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying? Saying, oh, you can't afford me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I make more money than you type spirit. I'm taking care of another child type spirit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't do nothing for me. I can do it for I can do bad by myself spirit that women got. You know what I'm saying? That the so-called white man decreed. You know what I'm saying? And put the woman over top of the man.
That's right!
That's that confusion going in the land when the Lord said, according to 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, that guess what? That the head of every woman is the man.
Right!
That the head of the man is Christ. Now the head of Christ is the Most High God.
That's
That's
right.
how all it's supposed to be. But Esau decreed that there be a confusion in the land to make the woman the same. And now guess what? Now they got a damn transsexual in damn MMA, breaking females' jaw. And now they want to complain about it when they made it cool by laughing and not rebuking their neighbor like they supposed to do. We'll call Leviticus 19:17. We'll finish reading.
Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son.
And toward her son. She gonna hate her son. Guess why? You know what? Because she didn't spare that rod on her son. When he went in there, when she caught him in her closet trying on them high heel stilettos. When she caught her son, you know what I'm saying? She didn't correct her son when he was out there at the playground acting like a little girl. What's going on, brother? Hey, you got the child out here, man. What I say, man? You got a flyer? Get a flyer to this brother. No, you gotta get the seed in the house. There's a little nippy out here, but man, hey, check that flyer out, brother. We the Israelites, man. We gotta repent and keep the commandments, man. We in the last days. We don't want to get caught out here with the heathen who put us in captivity and who'll come over here and rule over top of us and treat us like trash and treat us like akatas, according to the so-called Hamites. Treat us like cotton pickers. You know what I'm saying? And you got young kings with you, man, in the making. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta start casting our cares on things that's above and storing our spiritual riches up in heaven, brother. You know what I'm saying? So we got some time. When we get home, we get the kids warm. Check that video out, man. If you got any questions, hit us up. We're gonna respond. All right, brother. Huh? A building? It's in the making. We here every day, but it's in the making. You know what I'm saying? Just hit us up. We're gonna send you that link. All right, brother. No problem, brother. Hey, you have a good, blessed day. Shalom, shalom. All praises. But read though.
Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son.
And toward her son, like I was just saying, like the Lord, like you know what I'm saying. Hey, you know what I'm saying? She gonna hate her son. She not gonna correct her son. She ain't gonna show her son how to be no man because she can't. You know what I'm saying? She can't do it. So her son gonna be out here, dad gonna be a damn effeminate ass man with no control or no rule over his spirit. You read?
And toward her daughter.
And toward her daughter, as the Proverbs say, so is the daughter, so is the mother. Read, you got a precept? Bring it out.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29.
Bring it out.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
She said, do not prostitute thy daughter, read.
To cause her to be a whore. Lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness.
Do not cause thy daughter to be a whore. And look what happens. You know what I'm saying? The mothers is out here teaching, you know what I'm saying? Not all the mothers, but the mothers nowadays in this world that we living in, they don't want no man. They all care about is money, bossing their ass in the club, twerking off, and telling their daughters, hey, to use what you got to get money. They prostitute their daughter, man. And the grandmas. Talk about you better go get that money.
Use what you got to get what you want.
Girl, he paying your bills. Girl, you better. Yeah, you got ends to hear. You found you one. That's off. Got the female, even had the woman's mother on this video I was watching. There was a video of this woman's mother in there, in her daughter and sons-in-law house, cooking some food, egging her daughter on to shoot her husband. It's like not even like to shoot her, but she was just instigating. And the woman ended up ultimately shooting her husband in the house with the kids. Sister. Hey, sister. See that? You see that? Hey, sister, do you believe in that image right there, sister? Sister, you believe in that image right there? You do? Hey, can I ask you a question? What the Bible said the Lord looked like? He was black, so what is that? Why is that in church?
I'm supposed to have blessed, so.
But you can clearly see that image is in a so-called black man. So why is that image in the church? Who's lying? only the preacher may be lying. Catholicism is lying. Christianity is a damn lie.
That's right!
Where you go, Jesus is black. What's your nationality, man? Did you know Sicilian people? Sicilian people killed Jesus, so-called Jesus?
Italians.
The Italians.
The Italians.
The Sicilian people, the Romans, they killed Jesus. Sister, they killed your Lord and Savior, sister. Hey, somebody give me Deuteronomy 7:4, Baba Kashan. Come back, y'all. Come back. Don't go too. Don't.
Empire did split up in the Babylonian Roman, like Byzantine Empire, and they're the ones that are part of the Pilate that put Jesus to death along with other criminals.
Exactly. Edomites, what the Bible said. You know, Edomites did that to Jesus, though. The so-called Jesus. But who pulled the trigger on Jesus?
Edomites.
A white man. A so-called white man. A Roman. An Edomite. Your people killed the Lord and Savior of the Israelites. Your people did that. Your people did that, though. The Lord's racist. Hey, give me the book of Romans, the 9th chapter and verse number 13. And give me the book, because this is what the Lord said about. You say what? This man is an Israelite. What's your father's race?
100-meter dash.
Come here, sister. Because we're trying to save your life. We're trying to save you, sister, through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But let me, before 2-minute wrap up, all praise to the Most High. So what's your father's race, sister? Yeah. He's a so-called African American, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so your father's a so-called African American, then he would be from one of these tribes. You know what I'm saying? If he is a so-called black African or black American, he would be from the tribe of Judah, who was one of the sons of Israel. So he would be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So by default, that would make you an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Give me the numbers 1 and 18. Do you know about you know what prophecy means? What is it? What does prophecy mean? What's your definition? What's the definition of prophecy, or the one that you understand? Okay. So yeah, prophecy is something that was foretold that came to pass. See, the Bible is not a book of fairy tales. It's not a book of just stories of tall tales and fables. It's not that. The Bible is a history book. Because what you probably learned in high school is that black people, so-called, were slaves. And all they did, it was good for, was being slaves and picking cotton. You know? I know you probably heard about that, what's that? The Haynes or Cottonelle, the cotton of our lives. Because that's the cotton of our lives. We picked it. You know what I'm saying? We the reason why, guess what? Working like you heard that term before? Working like a Hebrew slave. They got that from us. That's what we did. Work all our lives. But bring that out right quick.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
You know what a pedigree is? Like a bloodline. Like if I had lineage, like if I had 2 pit bulls, right? One pit bull was a blue-nosed pit, and the other one was a red-nosed pit, female. And they both had puppies. By default, their babies would be blue-nosed. Would be blue-nosed pit bulls by default, because the father blood is more dominant than the female blood, and not just by dominance, because that's what the seed gonna be called by. Their fathers. Read.
Declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father.
By their mothers.
By the house of their father.
By their grandmas.
By the house of their father.
By their aunties.
By the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from the 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So the Lord declared the houses, meaning the seed, by the house of the man, by the house of the fathers. You know what I'm saying? So by default, like if your father's a so-called black man, he would be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. This is your tribe. This is where you from. This is where your father's from. This is where your father's father from. We not from Africa, because Africa, according to reality, is a whole continent with 54 different countries. They speak over 1,000-something languages. Which one you speak? And which tribe is you from in Africa? Exactly. They got 54 countries in that one continent. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and like the Lord said in the book of Psalms, the 49th chapter, hey, their inward thought is that their house is going to last forever. Africa was named after a so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? America was named after a so-called white man, an Italian map maker. You know what I'm saying? A so-called white man, an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Prophecy is something that was foretold that came to pass, right? Moses, you know about Moses? What you know about Moses? What Moses do? What Moses do, sister?
I really got that.
Huh?
We read the Bible before we left the house. Come on now.
Oh, so real quick, just for her. Hey, somebody, can you grab a stool right quick for the sister? Oh, so right, take a seat, take a seat. Look. Reality is, Moses prophesied to the Israelites, right? That if we were to keep the Lord's commandments, we would be high above all nations. Are we high above all nations? No, as a collective of black people, we is not high above all nations. So, and he said, he prophesied that the Lord said if we didn't keep his commandments, that these curses are going to come upon us and overtake us. Now, are we living blessed in the city, or are we living cursed in the city? We live in cursed. Give me that in Deuteronomy 28 and verse number 16. And give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Because how did we get here, sister? Like, what form of transportation did the so-called black people come to this so-called America? By what? See, now that's something that was prophesied in the Bible that you didn't learn in school, because they didn't want you to know that. They, you see that? The people who run the world right now. The people who run the world, because do you run the world? We run the world too. Because they can come over here from China and guess what? Own stuff. They own the Chinese food restaurants, because they in the hood, ain't they? They own Dragon Wings. They own all the chop sueys you see. But you don't ever see them struggling strung out on drugs like we do. Selling their coochie on the corner. They slinging rocks to their people. You know what I'm saying? You don't see them over there doing that. Bring that out right quick. Because the sister just bear witness that we are cursed in the city. And what the Lord said.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Curse shall thou be in the city.
Curse shall thou be in the city. We're going to live in the ghettos. We're going to live in the slums. We're going to live in the lowest of the low. Really?
And curse shall thou be in the field.
I'll wake up at 4 o'clock a.m. Possibly catch the bus or walk or whatever. Ride a bike, ride a car. Or wake up out your good sleep that the Most High gave you to go to work, to punch into the clock for a business that you don't own, that his people, his lineage of people owns. You have to work for them. Bring this out right quick. This is a prophecy that was told. That's going to come to pass for not keeping the Lord's commands. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now Moses freed the Israelites from Egypt from being what? Slaves, because we were slaves in Egypt. So when Moses prophesied this to the Israelites, who are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he said, y'all gonna go into Egypt. The Israelites, they thought like, oh, we're going back in the slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because if I told you right now, and let me ask you this question. If all they did down here in Washington was do drive-bys and shoot and to sling drugs, and your friends be like, hey, let's ride down Washington right quick. What you gonna think is gonna happen down there? They gonna be doing drive-bys and selling drugs. So when the Israelites heard about going back into Egypt again, guess what they said? They thought we was going back into what? Slavery again. But read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Not on a PT cruiser.
With ships.
Not on the back of a camel.
With ships.
Not on a bird scooter.
With ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You're going to think you're a so-called African American. That don't even make sense. You're gonna think you black. Black is a color, a firm. Have you ever heard the land of black? Can you go buy a ticket, get a passport to the land of black? And if you find out what black is in Africa, let me know. The tribe of black. I ain't ever heard of it. Nobody. You heard of the land of black, brother? Brother, have you heard of the land of black? See that? When you say you won't see it no more again, you ain't gonna know who you're from. You ain't gonna know your heritage. You ain't gonna know your culture. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know your people. You're gonna think that, hey, it's cool to sleep with a damn other nation of people, like a so-called white man or Edomite. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna think it's supposed to be love everybody. Because racism only means that, guess what? You only fool with your nation of people. Your race of people is superior than another race. That's what racism is, which was made by a so-called white man named Johann Blumenbach, who was a psychologist. He a German, and by the way, a so-called white man.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
Because what happened when we got off them ships, sister? Huh? We got sold. They bought us. Because why? If you don't mind, what's your last name? Waters Plantation. They probably sold Waters on their plantation. My last name Williams. See that? He was a so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? Because before slavery, we never had a last name. You know why we got a last name? Because it's the last captivity that we are going to be into. The Lord come back and save the Israelites, who are the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. He said they should be sold to your enemies. He didn't call them your friends. Because look at this. Would your friend do something like this to you? Would your friend do something like that to you? You see that? And after they would lynch a person, you know what they would do? They would eat you. They would eat you. They would take a selfie after you got cooked. You're well done, a well done Negro leg. Yeah, we having Negro wings tonight. They eating on you.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
For bondmen and bondwomen. Meaning, guess what? You was a slave woman. You know what they did to your great ancestor? They raped her. You know what they did to your great grandfather? They buck broke him and killed him. So-called white people. They just love being homosexuals, man. They can't go a day without saying F me in the booty hole or some wild stuff like that. Profane. Just profane as hell. Esau.
And no man shall buy you.
And buy me, and nobody can redeem you. Can Martin Luther King redeem us from slavery? You know what I'm saying? Hey, can Malcolm X redeem us from telling us to be violent and fight against the white man? What happened to him? What happened to Marcus Garvey? What happened to the Black Panther Party? It got dispersed, it got dismantled. It got tore down by the so-called government, by the so-called white people. According to that, because who runs the world right now? Do you run the world? Or who runs the world, sister? White people. White people. The people who had your ancestors in slavery. Who brought your people from a country where they was fine at. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pushed them out of their country to go to another country where they got sold by another people. You know what I'm saying? To them. Because they say we Africans. But Africans don't even like us. Africans come over here and they live better than us. You know what an African calls us? An Akata. You know what that is? What we do in slavery? What we known for doing? Picking cotton and doing what we told. Being docile niggas. That's what they say. This the cotton picking nigga. That's what they call you. A kata. And like the Lord said in the book of Sirach, hey, never trust thine enemy. Just like his wickedness, just like iron rusted, so shall his wickedness. So sister, let me ask you this question before you leave. What's your nationality, sister? What's your nationality, sister? Because the Lord called us Israelites. What she say? Hey, get this for Esau. Get quick on the sword. Give me Romans 9 and 13. Hey, Esau. Hey, Esau. This is what the Lord said about you, Esau.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
Jacob meaning Israel.
but Esau have I hated.
Esau have you what?
But Esau have I hated.
Hey, sister, the Lord coming to destroy Esau. And sister, if you keep on, and look, he's gonna dance his way right into the fire. And he's gonna take you with him. He get a kick out of that. See how he respects you? Gonna grab your ass in front of all these men. He a wild, profane man, and guess what? He's gonna get bounced to the ceiling by a dog tomorrow. Doggy style. It's madness, man. How people is destroyed. And see, and this is why. You know what I'm saying? And this is why. What's going on, brother? Hey, brother. What's your name, brother?
Oh, KJ, bro. KJ.
Oh, you running, KJ? Don't run.
Oh, no, right now, bro.
Is that your book bag right there? What's your nationality, brother?
I'm African American.
You African American?
Yes, sir.
How?
I'm African American. See, I feel like my mom and my daddy black.
So if your mom and your father is a so-called black person, the Lord didn't say they was black. The Lord didn't call you African American. The Lord didn't say that. The Lord said, hey, you was an Israelite. That's what the Lord said. Hey, can somebody give me Psalms 49:11, Baba Kashah? Psalms 49:11. Because you see that term right here, brother? You see that? This is black. This is what black in the sense is the absence of color, leaves air of mystery. It is a color that is used to establish barriers and cover or hide. Purpose, create fear, hide, intimidate. Black is evil. Black is often used to express a lack of hope. Because how much hope does the so-called black man have in America?
Not so much.
Not at all. And how could, and when a so-called white person walk past a black man, what they do? Clutch their damn bag. Or hold what's in their pockets real tight. Or they get intimidated. Or they hit you with that. They hit you with that smile. That's what they do. Because they intimidated. They'll say, because you, to them, black, meaning, hey, you just a mystery. They don't know what you're going to do. You're unpredictable to them. So people fear what they don't know. Just like our people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we don't understand who we are. We don't know who we are. We in fear every day and don't know why. Hey, can somebody give me the book of, you hold that right quick, and give me the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 66, right quick. Bring that out.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 66.
Bring it out!
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Hey, you hear that, brother? You hear that, brother KJ? Bring it out one more time.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
Because what happens when the so-called police get in front of you or come to or try to approach you? Or you in the car, or you're in the car and they all approaching you like you did something wrong. And you ain't did nothing wrong. Do you have an assurance of your life at that moment? You do?
I feel like, yeah, I go defense mode. Like, dang, why you on that with me?
See that? You know what I'm saying? Why you on that with me? But look, you don't have no assurance of your life because you know why? Because you don't know if you reach in your pocket the wrong way, you might end up like Trayvon Martin. You might not make it home to your father and your mother no more. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people getting there. Hey, I can testify to that. I'm driving in a car. Police get behind me. I'm gonna switch the other lane sometimes. Or I might hit a right. I ain't even going right. I'm supposed to be going straight. I might just hit the right just cause they behind me, just to get them from behind me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they pulled me over. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey, if I roll down my window too much, they might pull me through the car window and beat me up. You know what I'm saying? Just for complying. You know what I'm saying? Then they say hands up. My hands is up. But they still to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? We the same people that's in these streets right now marching for, we the only people. Do you see as a matter of fact, do you see a Chinese man, you know what I'm saying, the CLM matters, the CLM movement? Chinese lives matter? Do you see that? Do you see the ALM, African lives matter? No. You know what I'm saying? Why are we the only people that's in the streets marching and trying to tell people that our lives matter? Why we gotta do that? Because we don't have no assurance of our life. Our head hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know if we don't get up and go to the so-called plantation, that we ain't gonna be able to pay our rent. All our people you see out here, if you go down there, by that what's that street down there? By that 5-man statue over there down the street. I forget where they had the LGBT movement during that little field over there. It's all our people over there that's homeless, man, but nowhere to go. Over there on Tucker, man, rolling around, not knowing where they gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing where they gonna sleep at night. It's cold, it's hot. They gotta deal with the rain. They bum park, and most of our people over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me that in 49 and 11 real quick, because we can't be from two different places. You know what I'm saying? We only from one place. And give me Galatians 4:26. Read it out.
Psalms 49, verse 11.
Bring it out!
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
He said their inward thought. He's talking about the so-called white man and these other nations. Their inward thought is what?
That their houses shall continue forever.
Their houses, their life, their lineage, right?
And their dwelling places to all generations.
Their dwelling places, the places where they are, read.
They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish.
Oh, come. So, hey, he said, nevertheless, he said they called their lands and their dwelling places after their own names. St. Louis is named after a so-called white man. America is named after a so-called white man named Amerigo Vespucci, who was an Italian map maker. Africa was named after a so-called white man, Leo Scipio Africanus, and they call this place the motherland. When the Lord said the motherland was this, bring that out.
Book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Bring it out!
But Jerusalem,
Who?
but Jerusalem,
Africa.
but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
See, Jerusalem is the motherland. It's where we all from. It's where the Israelites are from. It's where the Lord put his name on. His people, the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans. We are Israelites. We are Israelites. You will be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, my brother. Hey, give me that give me Deuteronomy 14:2.
Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people.
He said who?
For thou art an holy people.
Who is the Lord's people?
For thou art an holy people
Holy meaning you set apart, brother.
unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
And he chose the Israelites to be a peculiar people to himself. Read.
Above all the nations that are
The same as the nations.
above all the nations that are upon the earth.
He the same as the so-called white man.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Who was Brother KJ?
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Brother KJ, we are the people that's above all nations upon the face of the earth. But are we above right now, brother, or are we low? As a collective of people. We don't treat each other good. We low. Yo, do you know about the Bible? You know about Moses? What you know about Moses, brother? What did he do?
Dang, I forgot what Moses did. I think Moses. Dang, what do you want to like? I forgot.
He was an Israelite. Yeah. He'll be from the tribe of Levi, a Haitian, or what they call now Zos. He'll be a Haitian.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Strong as a mug, man.
Yeah, Moses, man. You know what I'm saying? Moses was a Haitian. You know what I'm saying? A Levite. You know what I'm saying? One of our people. To say, because when he was in Egypt, You know what I'm saying? Hey, he told Pharaoh to let my people go. You know what I'm saying? My people, his people, the Lord's people are the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Because we were slaves in Egypt, just like we were slaves now. Because the Lord said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't we still gotta go to work for the so-called white man? We gonna work for ourselves. And if we do, we still gotta pay the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? Taxes. We just gotta pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? We gotta pay taxes and fees to the so-called white man, even if we own our own business. You know what I'm saying? So Moses was talking to the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Give me the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1, and then go to 15. Give me the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Because the brother KJ just said that, hey, you know what I'm saying? We treat each other like trash. We do treat each other like trash, man. But there's a reason for that. Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
He said, hey, you testify that we not above all nations on the earth, right? The so-called black people, Hispanics, and Native American people, hey, we low in society right now. And we treat each other like trash. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the so-called white man, the Chinese man, the Arab man, the damn East Indian man, the people that come from down Ukraine and Germany and all these other countries like the Netherlands that come all the way to America and be on the top of us that live here. You know what I'm saying? Got people from Ukraine over here. When the Ukraine war was at its peak, they had down there downtown over there. That guess what? They had damn Ukrainian flags every damn way. Brother KJ, you gone, brother? Man, all praise to the Most High. I think it was that poster you brought out. Hey, but at the end of the day, man, all praise to the Most High. I think the words of the Lord still gonna go out. Hey, as a matter of fact, give me the book of Give me the book of brother just walked smack off, man. Brother just walked smack off, man. But give me the book of go to Hebrews 2 and 4 right quick. Brother with the gray jacket, why you don't want to talk to me, brother? Why you don't want to talk to me, bro? Come on, That's why. That's crazy. That's crazy, because I'm a Hebrew. You want to. You might be. Hey, but bring it, you hold that, bring it up there. So I'm about to get ready to close out in a minute. Now, I'll drop that and give me the book of give me the book of, hey. Give me the words of the Lord, y'all. Give me Matthew 4 and 4.
Book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God.
So man cannot live by bread alone, but by every living word that come out of the Lord's mouth, right? So I gotta ask y'all a question. Who is this right here? This image right here. Who is this image? Who do y'all know this to be? God? Christ? Jesus? Sweet baby Jesus? This what y'all probably seen all y'all life, right? But what did the Bible say that Jesus looked like? Give me, read that right quick, and give me the book of Revelations 1 and 14.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
We about to tell you the truth, and so you can be free from this mental state that what it says right here. That we're gonna tell you the truth about about the image of the true living God. Y'all ain't got time? Oh, that's mama calling. Damn. Hey, I got a flyer? All right, check the flyer out. Hey, at the end of the day.
All the way.
At the end of the day, all praise to the Most High. Hey man, we the Israelites, man, and we out here to edify our people. But you know, some people are just stuck with this stuff that they don't want to hear the Lord. You know, they just too far gone. You know, and their bodies gonna be out here lying dead in the streets, man. And if somebody give me the book of the Room 230, and give me the book of the Room 4 and 28. Give me 4 and 28.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verses 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
What are the so-called black Hispanics say they American sometimes?
A stiff-necked people.
Why they love it? They love because they love the world so much they what?
A stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
What is the so-called black Hispanics say the Americans gonna do?
They shall remember themselves.
They're gonna remember themselves. Hey, some gonna listen and some not. This is why 2/3 will be destroyed because they love the world. It's gonna start with the house of Israel. 2/3 of our people will be put to death. Bring it out.
Baruch, chapter 4, verse 28.
Bring it out!
For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Hey, it was because of our mind. So we gotta seek the Lord 10 times more. Because we went astray from the Lord. Hey, we chose to follow after these other nations. Hey, so now in the land of our captivities, we gotta remember ourselves and repent and keep the commandments of the Lord. And with that,